Next up for our account reviews, we have Mark's account right in here. Now, this is a level 172 account, so this is a nice, refreshing look. This is something from a player that's been playing about 8 months. VIP 7 is right around $1,000 spent too, so you guys can kind of break that down over a couple of month periods. Pretty solid. Now, as far as heroes go, I see what you're doing, and what you're doing is pretty smart here. Now, we have the Elena at V4 sitting right here. I imagine you're just waiting to get to that magical 5 million again. You have quite a few stellar shards, which is nice to see. My guess is you are going to continue to save up and find a giant killer copy. Now, my question to you is, did you buy this one, or did you get lucky with a B+ stone? Or I should say, you got a B+ stone. You didn't quite get lucky. A lot of you guys are like, Barry, how is this not an A- hero copy? Well, they add the rolls up, divide it by 3, and then you get a number. So if this is way low, which it is, it drags the rest of them way down. So yeah, sadly that's what it is. But overall, this is a very well built hero. Already have a noble core, and we have destiny transition unlocked, and then we're investing our stellar shards very, very intelligently. Oh, you bought it. Oh, cool. That's not bad at all then. Some sublimation right here. No cores of origin. Crown. Yeah, this is a very good, solid start. Of course, you guys know my opinion on this. For the time being, this is actually not a bad play because in the early game, you use Drake quite a bit. Down the road, you're going to want to swap to an Aspen copy. So eventually, when you do get an A-, oh yeah, you bought the Aspen copy, not the account. Just want to clarify that. It's a very good copy. You probably got it for a pretty good cheap amount. You had an Eloise up until Chinese New Year. Cool. So yeah, what I would say is when you do finally save up enough of the resources here, because you actually have a lot to do this event as well if you decide to, because you even have you're kind of short on wishing coins. I'd save then. I wouldn't do this soul awakening session at all. But cores of origin are a very in-demand thing, because the one thing you are missing right now is that last tenant slot, and that's because you're just waiting to build Phantom to fire Elena. Which is smart, because honestly, building a Mockman is not really worthwhile. I have a couple copies anyway. Yeah, I mean, just waiting is probably the best bet. You definitely don't want to build an Asmodel. I mean, you can't anyway, so that's kind of where you are. And you do have an on Kirimaro, which is solid. But yeah, when you do eventually get a giant killer, because it seems like you're someone who's spending a little bit, what you can do is you can kind of just keep searching on the auction house. You already have quite a bit of resources going for this. You can probably snag something for pretty inexpensive. Your credit rating is very low, so I imagine you're doing this every single day, trying to get as many as over as possible. You can probably snag something for 15,000 or less, so that is probably your next best bet, is grab a giant killer copy. And then when you do build a tenant Aspen, well, you literally have an amazing tenant copy to throw in here, so that's very good. A question asked in chat: is the Gala worth doing? Absolutely not. So even though he does have 5,900, it would be better to save, most likely, unless you just want to do the Gala by itself. Like, if you want to do the Gala up to 300 points, I think that's fine. Going for 600 on an account this early, I think is a little negligent. Unless you are planning on buying even more starry gems, then going for 600 isn't the worst thing in the world. The one issue you're gonna run into on an account this early is most likely going to be hero copies. Maybe not. I keep correcting myself mid-sentence. It might not be it might be worthwhile for you to do it, to get some of these Aurora gems, because you're basically building him up right now. Yeah, because you need, if you get those 5 Aurora gems, that would bring you up to Origin, or up to Destiny Transition 3. That's as far as you're going to get right now. But what that does allow you to do is it does allow you to start getting potentially a core going on your Scarlet Queen Aura. Are these full chests? No, they are shards. More shards here. You have some sublimation, but yeah, that's going to be something you need to work on. No shards over here either, so Working on that is going to be important. You did get this done. That's perfect. Yeah, those are going to be out of reach for a little while. Hey, cool. You got some I'm gonna say contract starter gems. Nah, you got plenty of those. So let's take a look at your campaign for where you're at. Yeah, that's kind of where I would expect it to. I just realized they use like the credit rating icon. Huh. So yeah, you are most like, well, that's interesting. You're stuck on a wave like this. Surprised at that. Granted, you only have 2 heroes, so it is very difficult to progress when you only have 2 heroes in your lineup, because that means your damage dealer is very, very vulnerable. And it is tricky because there is a Russell, so he is going to be... oh, jeez, yeah, it's a tough one for sure. The Russell's annoying because he's gonna put the dazzle. Ooh, wait, we actually took the Russell out. That's kind of good. Wow, we were dazzled and we still hit the target we wanted to hit. Ooh, wait a minute. End of round dot damage might kill us. Oh my gosh, we actually lived. No! Oh, that was close. You can definitely get a little bit further, that's for sure. His round 1 actives are absolutely powerful. Now, there is something else you could try doing, although I don't know if you have the artifact to support it right now. Yeah, a lot of these hits are wonky. You could try running like a Rui Scepter strategy, because Rui Scepter in campaign is extremely strong. But I don't think you have any. I don't know if I would necessarily build it if you haven't already. Unless you just have a ton of chests, which, ooh, those are good chests. Don't use Rui on those. That's an awesome chest. Even that has elusive mirror. You could try a Rui strategy, because you'd be surprised how many waves Aspen can beat with a Rui Scepter that he can't with a melodic strings. As far as the boss goes, yeah, this is just going to be a really tricky one as well, because you have to have enough damage to burst down the boss before he can do. Crit damage, holy damage. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have everything looking right here, even for the boss. But again, the boss is going to be hard because you only have 2 heroes. You want to make sure you put him across from the boss in the back as well. Let's see what your damage actually looks like. Haunt is fine. Yeah, it's just he doesn't have quite enough damage. Let's take a look and see what your treasure train looks like too. The one thing that really enables you to clear this boss is Phantom Defier Lena and Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok. Those 2 really help, but again, you're still a ways away from that. You're just in a waiting game. As far as your treasure train goes, pretty solid. Good amount of stats. You got some holy damage, some crit damage. You don't have those treasures maxed out, but you at least have them unlocked. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. For the VIP level you're in, this looks really, really good. Probably... wow, a lot of Festival 2024 treasures. Hero merch, that one could be used some. Yeah, getting that main damage could help. And of course, next time hero token comes around, that could be good too. But save these up. Make sure you use them when we have a new event. You do have a few artifact chests. Yeah. But this is close. It's close to having the power to make more campaign progress. Just keep idling. Just keep powering up your tenants. Get the Phantom Fire Lena unlocked, and then you're just going to go up way high with that power.